I recently took it upon myself to make my way through Dark Souls 1 using a very limited suite of weapons, including one enchanted falchion. It isn't the best weapon, and in fact did not bring me much success in that previous run. Going even further back, for another run in DevBox history, we've even seen that the falchion is one of few unique weapons to include a parry when carried in the left hand. So, given the weapon's heightened strength over the comparative scimitar, midpoint placement in Blighttown, and badass design, this weapon can't be as bad as I made it seem in those previous runs. Can it? Howdy, I'm Prakuza and welcome to DevBox. Today we're checking out the Falchion and asking the question, how quickly can we make this weapon completely OP? And maybe we'll even include a follow-up question. Can we one-shot a boss with it? But first, we'll approach the first step of that first question. How powerful can we make the Falchion without killing a single boss? So obviously, if we're killing 0 bosses, that means that we'll be pulling the early quit out kill not kill glitch on the Asylum Demon. Starting as the Thief class lets us begin with the Master Key, while also letting us take the Black Fire Bombs as our starting gift. This won't entirely be necessary, but it lets us start running around right away without needing to do any glitches or skips. I mean, aside from this one, to technically keep the Asylum Demon alive. Alright, speed over past Oscar, and we can get to Lordran proper. Head down into Blighttown, and we've got our Falchion. That was fast. So, now we need to figure out how to become OP quickly. Well, before we kill any bosses at least. Because this is going to take me a hot minute to get fully prepared, so quickly isn't exactly on the table today. First, we need to go collecting a few things to get ourselves started. That means killing this Black Knight in Darkroot Basin, gathering up some soul pickups throughout the world, and killing Havel for his ring. Maybe we'll take our time on that one. He's not super necessary for now anyway. So, we've got some souls, we've got a path to Andre, and we've got a handful of glitches on our side. For now, I'll showcase a glitch that I don't often use for challenge runs, since opening up the game with a massive amount of souls can trivialize most of the challenge of something like Claws or Mimic only. Anyway, what we've got in store for today is to do a soul dupe. I'm performing this one on PS5 right now, and that's why you won't be seeing me do the non-consumable item dupe for the moment, because that glitch is trash without mouse and keyboard. As for the soul dupe, on the other hand, the trick is pretty simple. All you gotta do is buy 999 wooden arrows from Andre, or the Undead Merchant in Undead Burg, place the desired souls at the top slot of the menu, then head over to Options, hover over Brightness, and then press R1, or the menu cycling equivalent depending on your controller or keyboard setup. If you did it correctly, then the Brightness menu will appear with the Item menu superimposed behind it. Now, push Select, hold down for a second to unsync the two menus. Once they've been desynced in a way that allows you to select Use Item on the back menu and OK on the Brightness menu, push Select and you'll be prompted to select a number. Finally, as long as you haven't seen any other number prompts since either buying the arrows or preparing to drop them from your inventory, then you can cycle the soul uses to 999. And suddenly, you've got several million souls in one go. I should also say for now that the timing for all of these inputs will vary depending on your system. Like, it's different between consoles like the PS5 to the Switch or something, but if you're on PC, the speed and power of your rig can also affect things. That was pretty long-winded, but what exactly does all of this soul duping get us? Well, for one, it gets us an absolutely heinous amount of levels, making us basically unkillable in the early game. We also push our dex all the way up to 99, maxing out the most prominent stat that will be scaling with our Falchion. In addition to the stats, we also have enough souls to purchase the Titanite shards needed to upgrade the weapon to +5. Of course, that's only a third of the way to max. Is there any way we can get a little closer without killing any bosses? There damn sure is, thanks to the depth skip. All we need to do is head into Undead Burg, climb this ladder, turn around as soon as you get to the top so you stand on top of the ladder, then turn to the side that you normally can't get to over here. Do a little roll and then start to walk and we fall right through the floor and out of bounds. Now all we need to do is make a precise set of jumps. Very precise, it would appear. Yeah, I don't really know how to explain the exact locations that you have to roll or jump, but it's like right here. And then jump past Laurentis.
Yes, you. Here, oh.
And then we walk around the piece of wall above the channeler, and then we can drop down and start exploring the depths proper. As for that exploration itself, we're after two things specifically. First is actually Laurentis himself, because if we can get him back to Firelink, we can combine the Pyromancer's Flame he gives us with the Power Within we found in Blighttown for an extra 40% damage at the cost of slowly draining our health. This also stacks with the Red Tearstone Ring for a 90% damage boost. I actually don't think Hyper Mode is exactly 90%. I haven't done the testing myself, but considering the way that From Software stacks percentage boosts, I would be surprised if it's a simple flat percentages added directly onto each other. The other thing we're looking for in the depths is, of course, the Large Ember, which we can take back to Andre to level our Falchion up to +10. Although, getting the large Titanite shards required to reach that level is going to require another skip. Or like a few hours of grinding down in Blighttown. But hey, send skip is more fun. We've covered this one in detail a few times here, but in case folks are only now arriving to the channel, let's break it down a little bit. Also, if you are new, why not go ahead and drop a subscribe, or head down into the description to check out the Patreon, or my book. Yes, that link is real, I wrote a book. Back in the game though, we run away with the tank controls until we wind up down Andre's tower and make our way behind the gate of Sen's Fortress while it isn't loaded. A quick quit out, reload the game, then we can run through the fortress early until we reach the Steel Warrior Merchant Guide. Perform another soul dupe and we can buy the remaining large Titanite shards we need. With that finished, we also want to pick up a few more things from in here, like the Titanite chunks from the firepot throwing giant and the one that pulled up the chain. Well, will pull up the chain. Well, I guess practically unkillable isn't the same as completely unkillable. Now, is it? Well, either death or a homeward bone, it really doesn't matter how we get out of here. It's time to head back out of Sen's Fortress anyway. Now that we've got our weapon up to +10, there's still one level of upgrading remaining. That's right, we need to head down into New Londo Ruins. Not much to see here, a hop, skip, death on the ladder, and a jump up to Ingward later, and we've got the key to the seal in our hands, and can drain the old ruins. No need to ask exactly how we got that key. Again, not much to see here. Especially not another boost to our damage that I haven't shown off yet. Once the water is drained, we can head down into the lower sections of New Londo and grab a few things, including the very large ember, and a handful of Titanite chunks. Combine these chunks with the ones from Sen's Fortress, and one traded from Snuggly's nest for a piece of rubbish, and we can head back to Andre for a +14 Falchion. This is the highest we can level the Falchion for now, but not the maximum damage we have available. What we need now is to get some magic in this business. And yeah, we've already seen what the next trick is. Fucking spoilers. Oh, it's also in the thumbnail. Fucking spoilers. So, on our various trips across Undead Burg and Parish, we've also dipped down into Lower Undead Burg, which has given us access to Griggs, who teaches us magic weapon. I also picked up Loghain while I was in Sen's Fortress, hoping to get the upgraded version of magic weapon, but totally forgot that the next upgrades come from Anor Londo and further. That means that with magic weapon, a catalyst, and maxed out dexterity, we're basically at the peak that the Falchion can achieve without killing any bosses at all. Now, how powerful exactly is that? Pretty strong! Oh, and before y'all start trying to sleuth out some more ways to improve our damage, let's go over exactly how magic weapon and its many variants work. The spell itself isn't affected by anything that specifically improves spell damage, like the Bellowing Dragon Crest ring, or the Dusk headpiece. At first I was checking the damage against these hollows in Undead Burg, but it turns out simply checking the attack rating after casting the spell is enough to see if any efforts to improve our damage is working. From my experiments, nothing that boasts an improvement to spell performance works to make magic weapon any more potent. The only determining factor is the magic adjustment of the catalyst itself. This means that scaling and eventually leveling all the way to 99 int is part of the path towards maximum damage here, along with finishing getting strength to 99 as well. Additionally, the best catalyst for the job right now is still the basic one, but we will eventually be replacing it down the line, so it's a good thing we picked up Logain after all, because we're going to need to finish his questline if we want to hit maximum damage. For now though, we don't exactly want to go overboard with the boss killing. Let's head a little deeper into the game, starting with a return to Sen's Fortress, once again with the skip. This time, however, we're going to kill the Iron Golem and make our way into Anorlando. I should mention now that there is a skip that can get us through here without killing Iron Golem. One I knew of all the way back when I did my Moonlight Greatsword run, but I still haven't bothered to learn because it's basically impossible on console without hard unplugging my PS5, which I don't want to do. And also, I have no way of recording that properly. Like the proper item dupe, that is best left for PC. So it will remain well out of my wheelhouse until I actually pick up a copy on PC. So instead, we drop the Iron Golem and keep the boss deaths a going. Our next stop is below the rafters in Anorlando, after dropping the chandelier to the lower level. Although, on our way there, I wanted to point out that this run has been hard RNG cursed in, every way possible. Look at the gargoyle here. Have you ever seen him walk calmly around the stairs like that? Because I haven't. Dude has always dropped onto the spiral staircase and let me plunging attack him for an easy tail cut. But not today. What can you do? He goes down pretty fast all the same. With the path cleared, we make it below the rafters and pick up our next upgrade. Great magic weapon. This gives us a moderate boost in damage above the regular magic weapon, at the deficit of our number of casts. However, that isn't really much of a problem when we're so powerful that we shred through both Ornstein and Smo in seconds. But we can still get stronger. There's still more. Always more power. We need to go deeper, down below. Below the entire world at the heart of all things. That's where it is. The power. But to get there is no simple feat. Alright, we can warp around now, so this should get a mite faster. Back to Undead Parish. Demolish the gargoyles, rip them to shreds! Quelaag falls in much the same way. She cannot stand to my power. But there is more to be had. Come, Snake Man, bring me to the seat of all things, the very center of this dying world, so that I might take it for all it has. Proof, your door does not see me as worthy still? Fine! Before I consume this heart, I'll seek out the mind. There must be more to grasp above. If knowledge is power, then that too shall be mine. Onward to the Duke's archives. Free the fool from his prison and bargain the crystalline secrets from his feeble mind. While I'm at it, I'll take a backup falchion and this crystal ember. Perhaps with a trip to the giant blacksmith, I can do something about this. Wait, the enchanted falchion can be downgraded into magic? And then all the way back to regular? I wish I knew that back in the Mimic Drops run. Might have made that endgame a lot easier. Finding new avenues for even better damage, for even more power. It'll take time. But this shall unlock our true potential. For now, we must away to kill Seath. His feigned immortality is no match. Even as his crystal hide resists my magic, there is no stopping me now. Not as I only continue to grow. More and more. With the pale dragon dead, my true prize waits in the hands of the maddened Logain. He's cast away his mind, his very being, for a power he couldn't hope to wield. But I can. I will. Crystal magic weapon, bolstered by the tin crystallization catalyst. This is the peak of perfection. The most powerful a falchion can hope to stand. No matter where I roam, deep below to slay the pinwheel, there is nothing here to draw strength from, only the anxiety of never knowing. On to the Gravelord beyond, still nothing, he falls as fast as all others. Downed too go the four kings, their obscured path long open to us. Equally destroyed stands the bed of chaos, and the piss ants that stood stalwart on my path to her. All defeated without breaking so much as a sweat. Is this all those who hold the souls of lords can accomplish? There is no power to scrape from here, not at this time, but perhaps into the distant past. guardian of this sanctuary, another failure falling at my feet. The failed Abyss Walker? No, not even Artorias can further unlock the secrets of my power. Neither calamitous black dragon, nor the father of the Abyss himself, with the strength of his staff on the line. None here even bother to bolster my strength, to improve on my prized Falchion. Have I already reached my pinnacle? There is only one option that remains to me. There is more that can be achieved given the circumstance. The Hornet's Ring can be the boost I need for my final trials. Drop from a height onto the Taurus demon, and we shall see the true peak of power in this world. A single strike, and this bull of a demon is completely destroyed. Now, all that remains is Gwyn. I've done it. I've collected all of the strength I can, scraped every ounce of power available from this world. All that remains is to defeat the final lord and take my rightful place. With the swing of my shield and a well-timed riposte, we're only one more swing from the end. And with a second swing, I take the power of this world into myself. More! Give unto me these flames. Pour your strength into me, O fire. Should I not survive, then I die knowing that I reached for that which none others have even hoped to hold in their hands. Absolute, unlimited power! Hey, it's that time again. The end of the video where I invite folks to come check out the Patreon, link in the description, and make good on the rewards for those currently pledged. Patreon members get early access to new content and their names written in the credits at the end of videos. And those who pledge $5 or more get their names read out loud. Like Azul. Thanks for your support, and thanks for watching.